Oh my god, dude. I started researching this like 6 hours ago to do a quick video for you about it, but man, we gotta talk about this. So this is a CIA spy, Marita Lorenz, who the CIA sent to kill Fidel Castro, and instead she stayed and had a baby with him. This woman's story is so crazy, and I believe so true. Like, there needs to be 25 movies about this. But yeah, so not only was she sent to go kill Fidel Castro, but she was also totally involved in the JFK assassination. Yep, see right here. She testified about the John F. Kennedy assassination, stating that she was involved with a group of anti-Cuban militants, including Frank Sturgis and E. Howard Hunt of CIA and Watergate infamy shortly before the assassination. Alright, so we gotta start from the beginning with Marita. Her father, a wealthy German Navy captain, became commander of a fleet of U-boats when Germany invaded Poland 2 weeks after Marita was born. Wait, I'm sorry, what? Her dad was a Nancy? Her mother, who was born in Delaware, was an actress and dancer, performed under the stage name June Paget. Earlier, she had been recruited for the French underground by British intelligence. Accused of helping forced laborers in Bremen escape, Marita and her mother were incarcerated at the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp in 1944. Okay, whoa. So her mother being an actress, bing, ding, ding, that's a big fed flag there for you. That is basically who the CIA exclusively used for the first few decades. They just used actors to spy for them. They did it a lot. I mean, Ronald Reagan, literally just an actor hired by the CIA. This is one of the greatest yeah, blah, blah, blahs I've ever seen. Her dad, remember the German Navy captain who had a fleet of U-boats? Then they just skipped. Lorenz family moved to the United States in 1950. I'm sorry, how? What are you talking about? A Nancy U-boat commander moved to the U.S.? Now, because I know how Alan Dulles works, if a former German Nancy moves to America and his wife is an actress, that means they are working for intelligence. Look, you know what Mr. Heinrich does? He brings her to Cuba, and then that's when she meets Fidel. So yeah, Lorenz arrived in Havana with her father on board the MS Berlin. Fidel Castro and his men visited the ship, and Castro took a liking to the 19-year-old girl. See? Here we go. Look, it's Fidel, Marita, and her dad/pimp. But yeah, so Marita stayed with Castro for several months and became pregnant. Then after she was pregnant, there was little doubt as to who the father was. And then after 7 months along, Marita says that she was forced to abort the baby. And so because of this, she is willing to double-cross him and kill him now. Her later testimony named Francisco Fiorini as the CIA agent who recruited her to assassinate Castro, and that was an alias for Frank Sturgis. She received poison pills that she was to put in Castro's food. Back in Cuba in 1960, she did not deliver the pills, but told Castro about the plot, claiming that she still loved him. You guys know how I talk about Alan Dulles all the time? Well, one of Alan Dulles' little pets in the CIA was Frank Sturgis, and Frank Sturgis was a massive piece of shit. He was one of the Watergate burglars. He was a massive agent that did lots of stuff for the CIA, and then they burned him. They said, he never worked for us. We don't know that guy. But before they burned him, Frank Sturgis was running his mouth saying how Marita Lorenz doesn't know what she's talking about, and she has no clue. She's never been around us, blah, blah, blah. And then, according to Lorenz, in March 1961, she met deposed Venezuelan dictator Marco Perez Jimenez. Bro, Marita was getting around. And she went from Fidel to the dictator of Venezuela? Damn. I shit you not, she said that she rode with Lee Harvey Oswald and Frank Sturgis from Miami to Dallas the few days before the JFK assassination. She says, hey guys, just want to let you know that we drove a whole bunch of guns from Miami to Dallas, and Lee Harvey Oswald was there too. But do not worry guys, because the House Select Committee on Assassinations, they said, oh, she's unreliable, don't listen to her. She's not credible, don't listen to her. So I guess she's a liar. Weird, for someone totally not being involved in anything, the CIA has a bunch of information about her. And her mom, because her mom was a spy. Look, this CIA document says that Marita voluntarily traveled to Cuba in 1959, where she had a love affair with Castro. This affair resulted in an involuntary abortion in Cuba. So wait, she doesn't know what she's talking about, but she's also involved with the CIA? She was contacted by Frank Fiorini, also known as Frank Sturgis. She says, I didn't want to kill Fidel because of the abortion. I was coerced to do it by Frank Fiorini. Fiorini furnished her with poison, which she was to sprinkle into Castro's coffee. The poison, which was contained in 2 capsules, was hidden in Lorenz's cold cream jar. But when she reached Havana and attempted to remove the capsules, she discovered that the capsules had dissolved and rendered the poison useless. Uh-oh. I just didn't think that the capsules would dissolve, you know? Likely story. She said people were telling her that if she talks to the House Select Committee on Assassinations, that she's gonna get what Johnny Roselli got. What the heck did Johnny Roselli get? Johnny Roselli, who did manage to testify, ended up in an oil drum carved into little pieces. Okay. But don't worry, guys, because Frank right here, he denied it. He said, I didn't try and make her stop testifying. Why would I do that? Well, according to the FBI, they said, Frank, if there's anybody capable of killing the President of the United States, you're the guy that can do it. An agent for the State Department? He could never do something like that. They're good people. Sturgis was bragging about his exploits, so I asked him, did you kill Alex? He said, Alex took too many pictures. Then he told me, we will kill anyone we want. Just blame it on national security. He said columnist Dorothy Kilgallen got whacked because of her intention to publish a book which included information on her exclusive prison interview with Jack Ruby. With Sturgis spilling the beans so freely, Lorenz cranked up her nerves for the $64,000 question. So she asked him, did you have anything to do with Kennedy? He says, so what if I did? Who's gonna prove it? I have a fucking alibi. I was home watching television. Was he at home watching television? Or was he maybe in Dallas? I don't know, dressed like a homeless person on the grassy knoll with 2 other CIA operatives, you know, maybe taking pot shots at the president. I don't know. Could be. That's just what some people think, you know. The Dallas police, they scooped up these 3 homeless guys and they were like, hey, there's suspicious characters. This is right after the president was shot. And they're like, hey, walk with me this way. I'm not going to put you in cuffs. Yeah, these 3 clowns. Dallas police scooped them up and they were like, no, these 3 bums are definitely not CIA agents. See, they don't even look alike at all. One of them definitely might not be Woody Harrelson's dad. I'm not kidding, guys. This isn't a joke. Nothing is a joke. Convicted hitman Charles Harrelson claimed to kill President Kennedy. But don't worry, guys, because the feds, they discounted any involvement by Harrelson. They said, that's too crazy. Nope. I don't know, is it crazy? Could that be Frank Sturgis? I don't know. Could that be E. Howard Hunt? Could this be Woody Harrelson's dad? What do you guys think? I don't know. Probably not. Could be, though. Yeah, anyway, this isn't about Frank Sturgis. Fuck Frank Sturgis. This is about Marita. But yeah, her daughter said that my mother came from a concentration camp, so her desire to be loved was very strong. And I can kind of see that, you know? She was a power junkie. She was a groupie for dictators, is what her daughter said. And, you know, coming from a concentration camp, I could see you seeking out the finer, better things in life. Who knows? But her daughter says her mother's lifelong career, it's just like any job. Everyone thinks it's really cool when they don't do it, but when you do it, it's just a job. It's just like, that's just how I made money. I just slept with Fidel Castro and Venezuelan dictators and stuff, and was involved in the JFK assassination. Money, please. What do you guys think? This is why I love spy stories. I think the truth is somewhere in between the lines, you know? But I think that the bigger thing is that these people from this time were so traumatized, and everyone from that time, they had just seen the most horrific act in history. And, you know, at this point, they were all just trying to survive. So they were willing to do anything, you know? So I don't know if morals were really playing into this at this point. I don't know if she was sent there with the directive of killing Fidel, and then she got a conscientious decision to change her mind. I don't know, anything's possible. Real life is truly stranger than fiction. But her daughter said, I know people have questioned my mother, but if you do the research, you'll find it shockingly true. She changed history. Fidel Castro didn't die when she was sent to kill him. The only thing I can't confirm is that she had a son with Fidel and that he exists, but I've never met him. So that whole abortion story, I think, was BS, so that Fidel and her could protect their child. Because apparently he's still alive. But yeah, so think about that. One of the 2,000 attempts on Fidel Castro's life by the CIA was them sending a Nancy's 18-year-old daughter to go kill him, and instead, Fidel had a secret baby with her. That stallion. Wouldn't that be so cute if Justin Trudeau went to Cuba and was like, hey, secret brother, I'm also a secret Castro. Love you, brother.